Hi, everybody. As always, I am Carla Christopher, your fearless host here on Culture in Maine, and you are watching our very exciting 80th episode. That's right, we are getting ready to enter our third year, and we have been here for 80 episodes. So we brought some pretty seriously cool stuff on this time. We're going to head back to one of our longtime supporters and our favorite friends and bastions of York culture, the York Emporium, where Jim Lewin is hosting the Bizarro Literature Festival. Don't know what Bizarro literature is? Well, it's the coolest new genre that is rocking the literary charts. So check out several of their amazing authors as they came here through town, showcasing York as an arts and cultural destination as it is. You also get to see some more very exciting performance art by Karnevil. It's burlesque-themed performance interactive art with a sideshow twist. So if you're easily disturbed by people that are able to staple their tips right to their skin, you might want to skip that segment, but I promise you it is highly entertaining. Now, our favorite First Friday friends, Dustin and Jess, are back. This time, Jess is taking us to Boutique Week, which was September's theme for First Friday. So enjoy the art on our stage right here, thanks to Lovey Price and JS Photography and Fine Arts. And sit back and relax and enjoy this fabulous 80th episode.
Culture in Maine. It is a place where truth should be kept.
The arts and music scene really shows what people are about.
Share what's going on here in York.
It makes you feel like a family.
Local art has a face that most people can relate.
Our community up here that sticks together.
Art is art. Great potential with great artists, poets, singers, writers, directors, filmmakers. It's fantastic. Everyone has a story to tell. That moment, you have to capture that moment and share it with the rest of the world, showing something that maybe is not been seen before.
Without art, what is life?
I am art. I've been art ever since I was born.
It really adds a great deal to our community.
We don't really need art to exist, but you need art to live.
Culture in Maine is important, and I think playing out is important, and playing open mics and playing wherever you can play. It's all about us all checking in with each other.
Nothing is rough here, everything is smooth, okay? And then, because you still have to go out of it, that's just the backing. Then you have to hold the back in, the horn section, whatever section. Four people playing different things at the same That's what you have to put in mind. You know? And if you can play smoothly, very smooth, on the same right tempo, okay? That is what it takes. And so you now, it was able to play what is speedy, okay, and too much energy. You try it again. Start it. 1, 2, 3. Stamp it on it properly, not jump off. Do it.
My name is J.R. Whitcomb of the Karnevil Circus Sideshow, and what Karnevil Circus Sideshow is we are a traveling 10-in-1 Coney Island style circus sideshow experience. We have magicians, we have stupid human tricks, we have freaks, geeks, and human oddities, a literal cavalcade of the strangest things that you have ever seen.
So what are some of the examples of different kinds of skills that you have that you have today that are doing?
Well, me personally, I have a bit of a tolerance to pain, so I perform on the bed of nails. I perform the human blockhead, which goes a little bit like this.
From this.
Observe. Solid steel nail. We'll call it a solid head. Not so sure though. So what happens is I'm going to take this hammer and I'm going to take this nail. The nail goes right here into the center of my face, and we're going to take the hammer and drive the nail directly in. Now, some folks find this impressive. Now, the problem with doing stunts like this is I do believe that I just lost algebra. Not that I ever used it for anything. Stay in school, kids, otherwise you'll end up like me. But in addition to that, I'm also a practitioner of escapology, which is the art of escapes. I can escape from any rope, any chain. I do straitjackets and various other medieval devices. But I'm just one member of Karnevil. Karnevil is actually a bit of a collective of crazed carnies. We have my partner, the pain-proof lady, the Lady Gypsy, who walks on broken glass. She climbs up a ladder of swords barefoot. She knows a little bit about escapes and things that I've taught her as well. We also have the Mad Magicians Max and Logan here from Kick-Ace Magic. They're on loan. But we also have sword swallowers that work with us. We have jugglers, we have fire eaters, performers from all walks. We're a very welcoming community, so to speak. The next step after the nail is I will demonstrate this long, 6-inch long flathead screwdriver. Now, to perform such stunts as I do, you might assume that I have a screw loose. That actually is indeed true, so every once in a while I have to perform a little bit of maintenance. So I carry the screwdriver everywhere I go. So, when that screw gets loose again, I can just slide it up on in and make a few minor adjustments. And we're right back to the factory settings. Now, the most interesting part about performing the human blockhead is actually any single human being on the planet can perform the human blockhead. That's right, viewers at home. You too can perform the human blockhead. You too could be out here in front of tens of people making tens of dollars with a fabulous sideshow career performing the human blockhead. The trick to doing the human blockhead is just a simple matter of carpentry. All you have to do is drill a pilot hole, like so. Always take care of your tools and they'll take care of you. As I mentioned before, we have my partner, the lovely Lady Gypsy, and what she does for Karnevil is she is our pain-proof woman, which, viewers at home, just so you know, it's not necessarily meaning that she's impervious to harm. No, I mean pain-proof as in she is the proof that what we do is painful. So she's able to perform stunts such as this. What we have for you here is your common ordinary mouse trap. Hopefully you're not too familiar with these because that means you probably have a rodent problem. So, just to demonstrate that this is real, it is ungaffed, we'll just take this piece of pasta here. Now, for your viewers at home, what we'll do is we're going to take a very near and dear piece of the lovely Lady Gypsy's anatomy. Now, we don't know what kind of show Carla here runs, so we're going to assume that this is an all-ages crowd. So what we'll do is we won't use anything too graphic, but we will use her tongue. Come on over, my dear. Present. Watch closely. Tongue on the trap, and we will do this on 3. 1, 2, 3. And she sprayed on me. Now, the fun part is once the trap is on, it makes it really hard for her to complain. What's that? What? Huh? Exactly. But I'll be a sport today. I could leave the trap on all day. We won't do that. I'll be a gentleman about it.
Wow. Thank you very much. That's awesome.
As always,
Tastes like mouse.
with Karnevil, we always do bigger. We do better.
So what is with this like a carnival?
We went from the mouse trap. What we have here is a rat trap. Now, we won't put anything so delicate as her tongue in there. A spring of this caliber would take that tongue clean off. So, we'll use something with a little bit more meat and maybe some bone in the way. Hopefully she'll come away with all her digits. We will use her hand. Which hand do you like less? Okay. Hopefully not a southpaw. So the left hand goes on the trap. And one more time, with feeling, we will count to 3. 1, 2, 3.
Take a nice trip with Arson to the nearest
which we'll remove. Now, and she will place the paw in the trap. One more time for you folks at home on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Now, You folks at home, depending on the clarity of the camera, you may actually see her hand quivering from the pain. If this stunt is done wrong, you could easily end up with a fractured metacarpal. Very nasty. And that is how we put the lovely Lady Gypsy in animal traps.
Here's what I want you to do, Mike. Reach in, take a card out, any one you want, take a look at it, but don't show it to me.
Okay.
Okay, so take a look at it, I'll look away. Let me know once you've memorized it.
Alright.
Have it?
Yep.
Beautiful. Here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna take your card onto the top here, and we're gonna cut it inside the deck, somewhere at random. Okay?
Okay.
So very fair. I pick a card, we put it back, we riffle cards on top of it. There's no way that I can know where your card is now, even with a shuffle. So now it's even more random, and you know what? Just for good measure, we'll give it a few cuts. Fair?
Alright.
Here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna take the top card. That's gonna reveal to me what your card is.
Okay.
Okay? Very simple. That's not your card, is it?
No.
Hold the deck. Watch the card closest. And if you know what? You want to come around here. I want the camera to see this too. Watch very close. Look. Not your card, right? Picture your card right here. Watch. Just like this. Look. Did you see that? Was that your card?
It was.
Now wait a second. You see the deck? Here's what we're gonna do. Watch closely. That's your card. But like I said, it's not actually your card. It just gives the image of your card. Because watch, if you take it just like this, and you give it a shake, it goes back. The card that it was prior. So it's not really your card. It's just an optical illusion from your brain. So you did that, not me.
Generally, at the end of the show, we will invite our patrons to come up and take part in our final act. Old school Carney lingo calls this the ding. Now, folks, what this does is it makes us a couple extra bucks at the expense of our bodies. Now, I offer up to them this heavy-duty upholstery stapler, which is loaded with upholstery staples. And we offer up our bodies, allowing them to staple tips to our bare flesh. The larger the bill that they wave at us, the more interesting places we allow them to staple. I'm not going to tell you what the $100 price point is. I'll let you guess. Now, this lovely young lady has $1 for me. That buys real estate on my bicep like so. You could actually see the spot from before. So, you know, just for sanitary reasons, we will move over to this arm. Pick a spot. It's all right.
Do I just go like that?
Yeah, just place the $1 here. Stapler goes right on top.
Are you ready?
I was born ready.
You want me to
Squeeze.
count down?
Go for it.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Don't apologize. This is how I make a living, sweetheart.
Okay.
Okay?
You're great.
Wave to the camera.
I know how to hold my ground, man. Know how to show some restraint.
I think First Friday is an opportunity for the free spirits of York to ramble around and browse around, get to know each other,
Absolutely.
try to light the spark of creativity in this town.
Yeah.
And just a good chance to find out who your fellow human beings are.
Yeah, absolutely. I 110% agree. This is a wonderful man who takes part in all of the arts of York City, and it's important that we keep taking part in the arts of York City, because this is what the city is becoming, and we need it to keep becoming and evolving, because this is the positive reinforcement that we need to participate in, everybody. So thank you very much for sharing that.
York, embrace this person, because if you don't, we're gonna go elsewhere.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much for your support, darling. I'm glad you're enjoying your first Friday. Very much so. Thank you.
Okay.
Well, I didn't know every bit. Studied every fact. I tested all kinds of poison. I know just how it reacts. There's nothing in this world to be prepared, loving you. To be prepared, loving so you know. I can't stand your darling, baby.
Alright, so your name is Megan, alrighty, and you helped to co-host and put this whole event together of the fashion that took place tonight, First Friday in York. So explain to me what motivated you to do this and participate in this.
Sure. So I'm the marketing and event coordinator for Downtown Inc., which is an organization that's responsible for economic development here in the city and puts on all of the events like First Friday and Second Saturday on the Square. And this is the third annual Boutique Week. Okay. And the idea behind Boutique Week is really to shine a spotlight on all of the fantastic retailers that we have here in downtown York.
Okay.
So we're focusing on retail and home goods and clothing and anything you can think of. This year is our biggest year yet. We had 15 boutiques participating. We had some eateries participating who are offering special coffee drinks at the Green Bean. The White Rose has a special cocktail. We had some nonprofits participating in the fashion show tonight. And so it's a week-long series of events that really put the focus on the shops downtown. So we had a kickoff luncheon on Tuesday. We had a big happy hour on Wednesday where we shut down Beaver Street and we had some food trucks out. We had beer samples in the stores. We've done trunk shows. Tonight is the big sort of penultimate fashion show here on First Friday at Central Market. And then tomorrow we close it out with a fashion tea party for kids here at Central Market as well.
Very nice. So what makes you want to close this? Like, I see how you want to incorporate all the businesses and everything that's like the heart in the city of York coming together, and but what makes you want to close it out with the kid appeal?
Well, so I mean, what we're finding in York is that we're sort of grooming a new generation of people who love our city. I was born here, I was raised here, I went away for a while, and now I came back. And so I think that we're really reaching out to that younger generation to show them what a great town they live in and all the fun stuff that's going on. So hopefully, as they're growing up, they remember these things and they remember what a good time they had here.
Absolutely, that's very on point, and that's my thoughts on the intake as well, is helping the younger youth generations to build into staying out of trouble and submerging their energy into something that's going to better our city. And right now, York City really needs that, and it's growing. Every First Friday, it's happening here as we speak, and these are the events that you don't even think about that take place. So thank you so much for putting that together.
Thank you. Thanks for coming out.
Thank you, Megan.
You enjoyed it.
You guys did wonderful. Wonderful.
Listen
pleasure.
This piece is in my book. It's called Adieu. It's about my struggle with alcoholism. I know a lot of individuals struggle with multiple different diseases and addictions that we can overcome once we recognize what they are and how to beat them. I know we were close, but it's better this way. See, you came into my life at 12 years of age when I was alone and lonely, trying to be old. The weather was cold and you kept me warm for a while. But then we started driving. And you started taking my friends from me one every year for a solid decade. I hated you, but loved the way you gave me amnesia. Like, come on, Dustin, you buy and I'll treat you. Make you forget about them scars on your arms, your broken hands and bleeding heart. One more round will seal the deal, so you're just a number on my obituary chart. And if you won't go willingly, I'll break your bones and tear your scars. I will crash and burn your car. I will infect you like a bruise in the tissue, like fear in the dark. I will consume you as you consume me. I will leave my mark, trust me. I will take you to exactly where you never thought you'd be, sailing the sea. See, you're just a ship in the bottle asking for more, please. I'm every demon you've ever seen. I'm keen, clean, and crisp with a dash of class and Bailey's cream. I am the storm of your century, and it seems to have been pouring for years inside this penitentiary. Yes, it has. But yesterday was my release date. See, I have come to hate you entirely as you have sent me spiraling and spiraling. Fighting for solid ground has been so incredibly tiring as social society voluntarily revolves around absent sobriety. See, you dumb us down and drown the truth, quieting, stunting generations of youth with bottles numbered 1 to 191. Proof you've shown mothers and fathers the loss of their sons and daughters. Loss of the lost is found in the bottom of bottles. Shipwrecked, toppled. Sit back, sip that, wobble, mix that, grip that bottle. Your crutch to fix that hobble when stress levels fixed at full throttle. See, I was just a kid in need of a real role model, and you filled that problem with a 1-ounce glass found on a body down in debacle. And no preacher man, a Pentecostal, Baptist, or apostle, novel, or King James gospel had the words to pull me from that bottle. But love did. And with this decision to pour you out and execute with precision, I stand and grab the reins of revision to find the drive for the vision I've been missing. I wish to be drunk with ambition, and so it is I listen to my intuition and cast you out with conviction that I may progress with this gift of life that I have been given. Thank you, Parker. Yeah. Awesome. Thanks, man.
I'm standing here tonight with Mitch Miller, and he participates in throwing this whole York Arts situation together every first Friday. And then some, correct? It's not just First Fridays?
Nope, not just First Fridays.
Okay, what do you do here at York Arts on Beaver Street to help promote the arts of York City?
We're all about promoting the arts here. We do have our gallery space here, but what we are here at York Arts is we are called a teaching gallery. So we're not really out to make money from selling pieces here in the gallery. We do a lot of educational things. We do school tours here. We do a lot of classes. We do date night classes. We do a lot of youth and adult classes. So we're all about teaching and educating about the arts here is our main priority.
Okay, so tell me a little bit more about your classes and how you participate in them, like how the community can get involved in participating with you.
Oh, absolutely. We have sign-up sheets here at the gallery itself, or our website, yorkarts.org, has all of that information listed. But like I said, we do date night pottery classes. We have a lot of youth classes and all kinds of different stuff. It's changing all the time.
Even like date night, like pottery classes.
Yep.
So like it's almost like, I think of the movie Ghost. You know what I mean? Or like it's
sure.
a date night, like, do you look at it in that genre, or is it literally just like bring a pair of someone with you and experience it?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, nice. Very wonderful. Thank you so much for helping
no problem.
York community. Thank you.
Yeah.
at the
Market View Arts Center.
Thank you, Market View Arts Center. And a bit of this work right here is a collectiveness of him as well as other artists that he affiliates with, helping to promote the arts yet again here in New York City. So can you please elaborate a little bit more about how you venture with them in this?
Sure. So the group is called Drive By Press, and we're an educational outreach organization. It started off about 9 years ago, almost 10, with just a printing press in the back of a pickup truck, with the idea that we were going to go around to universities that didn't offer printmaking or this type of art in their curriculum, and we would show up with everything that they needed to teach it. We would show up with the printing press, show up with blocks, and we started printing on the t-shirts as a way to introduce the idea of printmaking, this 700-year-old process of image making, to people in a way that's of its time, contemporary, and in a way that doesn't intimidate people, because everybody gets a t-shirt. No one's intimidated.
Absolutely.
But coming into an art gallery sometimes,
you're intimidated.
people feel intimidated.
Yeah.
No one likes to go somewhere and be made to feel broke and ignorant.
Oh, right.
And so we try to transcend that and make it accessible to everybody by taking the art out of the studio, putting it on the street, and letting people interact face to face with us in a way that they can comprehend and take a souvenir away from it. So that is the goal of the venture, and we're continuing to do it.
Okay, very nice, very nice. How long have you been doing this with your group?
Almost a decade.
Almost a decade.
It started off with just myself and one other person. His name's Joseph Velasquez. It started off as a graduate school thesis project.
Very nice.
Yeah, when we were in graduate school, they asked us, why do we want to make prints? Why not just make it a drawing or a painting, just an original, one-off, as opposed to the ability to make multiples? And for us, it was always about sharing the work. As an artist, to me, it's about people being able to attain the work and have it. If they like it, they should be able to own it, in my opinion. So the idea of making the multiple is really brilliant, because suddenly it democratized art. It made it attainable for everybody, not just the people who had a lot of money, like the royalty, the aristocracy of Europe or America. We try to put art in front of people in a way that they can attain it and relate to it.
And bring it home and enjoy it.
Exactly.
And not, like you said, it is intimidating when you go in and you see that masterpiece, the start of when somebody created that piece, and it's just like, you want that. At the same time, you're not diminishing by making multiple of, you're just spreading even further and sharing even further, and again, that spreads and creates the arts and inspiration on top of, and that's what we all need.
Absolutely. So yeah, we've really taken this mission to the next level. It started off with us in the back of a pickup truck and 200 prints in our collection, and over the last 10 years, it's evolved to 3 operations, one in New York, one in Oakland, California, one in Austin, Texas, all mobile, and a collection of over 3,000 works on paper that we've gathered from artists who are kind enough to hear about what we were doing. They're printmakers like us, so they make the multiple, and so they were very generous, and they donated works to our collection so that we could take around and educate other people in America on what's going on right now with contemporary printmaking.
Very nice. Thank you very much.
Oh, my pleasure.
Thank you for all your work that you do for York. Thank you.
I would not miss First Friday, unless I'm on my deathbed.
It's important. It's important. First Friday.
So everybody get down here and support this beautiful city of ours, because if we don't, nobody else is going to, and it's our city, right? It's our city.
Yep.
And you look at this smooth little skinny brother, Dustin. He said something like that. Some things I'm trying to get through to you, baby. Some words I can't explain. The way you're shaking the hips, my baby, makes me wanna go insane.
So First Friday was just the Beaver Street strip of stuff, and that was over at 9, and there was nothing to do.
Wasn't any too many bands or anything to be seen on typical First Friday or anything, so when this beautiful house became available to us and the banks let us make them payments on a monthly basis for it back in 2009, that Maggie had redid the house so it was perfect for kind of what we want to do with the art gallery on the first floor and a little space that we'd have bands play too, so we decided we would open up for First Friday after party every First Friday as well as during First Friday. But once we started throwing the after party, not too many people came during First Friday, but quite a lot of people came and hung out and saw well over 60 bands play here during First Friday after party. So. Were very high, almost, past the moon or maybe even Mars. I'm not sure how far away that went, but we had some great highlights, and most of the parties were awesome. I think, probably the first time we had Airwork Valve play was a pretty highlight. They really changed the space with lighting and DJing, maneuvering, and I think another highlight was probably a cover band, ironically. Who wants to go out to see a cover band, but Chris Kostoff and his crew of Brass Monkeys. That was a pretty fun time. They did 2 sets of Beastie Boys covers. So we gave it 5 years, and then we're dedicating towards doing house concerts with touring bands.
Talk about the lowlights.
We're not talking about the lowlights. The lowlights have dimmed out. his singer-songwriter's name is Thomas Comerford. He's got a stellar band with him on the road from Chicago.
Welcome to the York Emporium. It is the first Friday of September 2014. Today is actually September 5, 2014. And we have something a little bit different tonight. We have Bizarro's Across America, the tour, as opposed to the movie, is going on tonight. What we have is a series of artists and writers and poets who will be doing readings for us. There is a new kind of fiction, new genre of fiction that is just getting going, just getting off the ground, called Bizarro. And one of the leading lights from Bizarro fiction, believe it or not, lives right here in York County. And I want to invite Brian Keene to come up here and join me, if you would. Brian Keene, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, we really do have a studio audience here. Okay. So for once, for a change. Thank you, Brian, for joining us tonight.
Thank you, Jim.
It's very nice to have you here. We're on camera, so I can call him Brian. Usually, he makes me call him Mr. Keene and bow a little bit, but I won't do that tonight because So tell me a little bit about Bizarro.
Bizarro is the weird mutant step cousin of literature. If you thought of Bizarro in terms of music, it would be Frank Zappa. If you thought of it in terms of movies, it would be David Lynch or El Topo, or even anything that's shown on Adult Swim, Aqua Teen Hunger Force, etc. In literature, it goes back to William Burroughs, and it kind of spreads out from there. Joe Lansdale, who is thought of as a horror and crime writer, His novel, The Drive-In, is often cited as one of the quintessential Bizarro novels. Basically, it's just unclassifiable fiction. It may have elements of horror, it may be science fiction, it may be a pulp detective story, it may be something futuristic. Quite often there are elements of humor, but not always.
Either the hole is very deep or I'm falling very slowly. I am surrounded by mud and roots dripping with glittering green ooze. I try to grab onto stray branches that protrude, but they are very wet, and my fingers slip as the roots and branches cut them up. The ooze burns and the glitter fills my wounds. I hit the bottom with a thud into a muddy puddle. My clothes are soaked. It smells like fresh earth and some kind of bitter herb. I get up, dripping as I am, and try to look around. I walk a little ways and I see lights in the distance. I see a glowing red sign flashing neon through the musty fog that rises like swamp gas. It reads, "The Rabbit Hole." Inside the rabbit hole, it is suffocatingly warm. I take off my hat and cloak. I sit down. I order a drink. There's a waitress whose breasts are spilling out. She has a white rabbit head and is dressed in white vinyl. She smiles and her sharp white teeth glisten. Her nose twitches. "What would you like to drink?" she asks, with a soft, smoky voice, tilting her head coquettishly. I stare at her dumbfounded. "Would you like the house specialty?" she asks, mirth bubbling beneath her apathetic monotone. Okay," I reply. I must be going mad. I went into some damn strip club, I drank too much, I f***ed some stripper named Alice, and I'm having some f***ed up fever dream. Sweat it out, drink your drink, act normal, and none of these crazy rabbit people will eat your face off with their knife teeth. She brings me some green drink I do not recognize with a sprig of clover on the top. It tastes minty and I drink it down while I glance around.
Oh, Space Captain here is just kidding about all that. I only wanted to see you. Here, I brought you these. With his left hand, he reaches into his pneumatic lapel and draws out a bouquet of freshly cut Martian petunias. Put these in water, will you? Slutbot scans the semi-flattened nosegay for concealed microbombs or nanopoisons and, finding none, snatches it out of the captain's outstretched hand. "They're lovely," she says. Then she raises a middle hand into the sky and snaps her fingers. A red Martian satellite streaks down out of space, smashing into McQuim's spaceship, splattering scrap metal for miles. "Oh, did you have to?" She throws the flowers in the spaceman's face. "Don't you know who I am?" she yells. "Oh, hell yeah. I seen all your movies, didn't I say? You're one famous lady. Ain't a feller on Mars don't want a piece of that chromium cuter. But I'm the only one." "That's not who I am!" she screams as she lasers off his other hand. "I am Slutbot, ruler of Earth, queen of the robots. My planet is off limits to you fleshy meatheads. I want to be alone. Do you hear me? Alone!" Ted Cruz stepped up. "I got a few bullets left in the gun, Obama. I can make him do it." "No, gentlemen. We are not the Chinese or the Incans. You do not need to kill yourself. It's simple. You need to cut yourself. The blood in the water will distract the sharks. You can do it. Lead the sharks over to the other side of the White House when the senators paddle the One Direction cutouts to Ben's Chili Bowl to get the scientists." Ted Cruz was none too pleased and shook his head. "Half measures, Obama. I can put a bullet in both of them, make them corpses, and throw them to sharks. My buddy Perry down in Texas even said they're treasonous. It would even be legal." Obama protested. "No, Cruz. The blood is enough. Bernanke and Geithner, as your president, I'm ordering you to cut a part of your body and let the blood drip in the water to distract the sharks. Agent Birdman, if you will help if needed, Agent Birdman will help if needed while the other senators take the boat in the water." Bernanke nodded. "Fine. I can cut myself, but get that crazy cowboy away from me," he said, looking at Senator Cruz. Cruz scowled back. "I'm no cowboy. I'm from Canada. But I'm an American patriot and you're a traitor. You're the reason we're in this mess, but fine. At least you're shedding blood for your country." They all looked at Geithner, who chattered his teeth like a rat avoiding a snake. "Blood makes me woozy. I don't know. I'm not even supposed to be here today." Birdman rolled his eyes. "I'll hold you. The three of us will go to the other side. I'll holler when the blood is in the water so the senators can quickly head out on the boat." "Okay, Operation Senator Chili Bowl is a go," said President Obama, smiling for the first time since he had a delicious vegan breakfast burrito. Thank you.
During my last visit with Mother, her deterioration reared its ugly head. When she offered coffee, I accepted even though, as a rule, she serves it nearly boiling. The coffee was served in a large soup bowl for some reason. Mother smiled. Perfection was measured only in spoonfuls. I did my best not to ask about coffee mugs or to fixate on the dark blotch lurking under the steaming surface. Mother's words were lost on me in the minutes that followed. My attention was drawn by the realization that something alive was struggling in the creamy brown murk. Roaches. Big ones that dwarfed the spiny, free-range specimens in the field out back, with leathery wings batting helplessly and antennae shriveling in my scalding beverage. One's head broke the surface, and it made an audible chirp, but my mother failed to notice. I excused myself and retrieved the fly swatter from her utensil drawer. From the distance, I watched her staring at the wall behind my chair, still muttering, and acknowledged that she had not really been speaking to me to begin with. Then, when familiar forms began to shift and twitch under her loose skin, I turned in that flimsy fly swatter for a claw hammer, realizing that the coffee was not my real problem after all.
Thank you all very much for being here tonight. This is New York Emporium, first Friday in September of 2014. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
We couldn't say thank you for watching our 80th episode without giving special and respectful, loving shout-outs to the people who have made 80 episodes possible. Of course, Steve Bush, the director of WRCT, is the one who made all this possible all those episodes ago. We also have our great and amazing technical director for the station, Cliff Kern, who's been with us the whole time. We also have some great new faces. This whole year, we've been very lucky to have Jay Schmuck's editorial skills. We've also got great videography from Paul Martin and Drew Higgins. We still have our wonderful friend Randy Flaum kicking our video in, and Tamika's son Johnson has made several videography appearances. We've got our awesome friends and guests who've been on the show, our viewers who send us suggestions to cultureandmain@gmail.com, and of course, our watchers at home. So for 80 wonderful episodes, thank you for staying here and joining us on the corner of Culture and Maine. And we hope to definitely see you right here for 80 more. So have a great week, and we'll see you next time on Culture and Maine.
I'm really excited about this. I love the atmosphere, and I just want to know more about it.
I see it evolving, changing, growing, and I like it.
It's fleeting. Once it happens, once a song comes out, once a poem comes out, it'll never come out the same.
Something like Culture in Maine is documenting what's going on in a way that will have that lasting staying power.
It just breeds healthy growth. It's a necessity. It's a necessity.